Well, hello and welcome to this episode of Learn Everyday English. Hey, your roadway to English proficiency. Got a special edition episode I want to say today because we have some special things happening up here where I live, about 1 hour north of Houston, and also in Houston and also around the whole state of Texas. We have had an Arctic cold front, as we say in English, Arctic cold front. That means a lot of very, very, very cold weather. A wave of cold air just blew in from the north, and it's encompassing, or it's all throughout the whole state of Texas. And it's historical because temperatures here in Texas haven't really gotten this cold for a very, very long time. So, for example, normally it doesn't snow in the Houston area. I live about an hour north of Houston. Even here, it doesn't snow very often. We did get some snow. We say some light snow. That means kind of very little snow, not a heavy amount of snow, about maybe a month ago. But the temperature was only about 30 degrees Fahrenheit or 32, just we say barely below or just below freezing, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. But this cold front is much, much colder. For example, right now here where I live, it's 14 degrees Fahrenheit. And I checked, and that's checked on the internet, that's about minus 10 degrees Celsius. And tonight it's supposed to get down to 5 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're not used to this type of cold weather. The problem is, your pipes can freeze the way the houses are built here. A lot of the pipes are exposed outside, so we have to wrap the pipes. And another problem is the electrical or the power grid is not used to handling this type of power requirement that everybody is needing, because when it gets cold, everybody has their heaters on in the house, very high temperature, and it draws a lot of energy or power from the power companies. And also we had a problem with a lot of sleet or like ice that was coming down along with snow. And the problem is that the ice accumulates or gathers or forms on the power lines. And the weight can knock the power lines down or knock areas out of power, or people just use more power than the power distribution system can handle. And a lot of the power generating stations are out of service. So luckily where I live, we have power. We haven't run out of power, but there are a lot of people in this area, and especially in Houston, that don't have power. For example, my brother lives in Houston, and he texted me at 2 o'clock in the morning saying that their power went out. And it's right now it is maybe 10:45 in the morning, and he says they still do not have power. So that's been over eight hours. So just think how it would be if you didn't have power and the temperature was, say, 14 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 10 degrees Celsius. You have no electricity. You have no way to heat your house, and that is very, very cold. And then if you only have electricity, you can't cook. So it's a problem, and it's also very difficult, say, if you're an elderly person. For example, my mother-in-law has to use oxygen all the time, so she needs an oxygen machine that she has to have plugged in all the time. So if you lose power, you have a medical condition, it's very serious. So I just want to bring you kind of this special video about what is happening here, not just in Texas, but all throughout the United States. And that's why this situation is so bad, because it's the whole state of Texas is experiencing these problems, but a large part of the country as well is experiencing these problems. But the situation here in Texas is worse because, like I said, we are not used to having to deal with this extreme type of cold. So I'm going to go outside to kind of show you around and what it looks like, what's happening. But first I'm going to show you what we've done. We have some animals, some pets. We have 2 dogs and a cat, and the dogs stay inside normally anyway, so that's not a problem. The cat is usually, we say, an outside cat, which means he spends most of his time outside, but we have had to keep him inside the house because it's too cold. So I'll show you. His name is Gato. Very original, I know, because Gato in Spanish means cat. But here is Gato, and for some reason he's drinking water out of a container that my wife uses for her paints as she paints. But we have had to bring him inside the house because it's too cold outside. He sleeps up on this kind of area right here. I guess you can say this is a kind of a bookcase where we have books and other items, but he sleeps right there. But we have had to bring inside the house something we call in English a litter box. And this is the box where the cat, we say, uses the bathroom inside, and it's full of type of material, and in English we call this kitty litter or cat litter. Kitty is just another word for like a cat. Sometimes we say kitty cat. And if you don't know, the word for a baby cat is called a kitten. But that's called a kitty litter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go outside and show you around, but I need to get ready because I am not used to cold weather either. I am a fairly slim person, thin, or in English we say skinny. I'm not fat, so I don't tolerate cold very well. I can say in English, I don't handle cold very well. That means I get cold easily. So I need to bundle up. It's another phrase in English. I need to bundle up. That means I need to put on a lot of clothes, and kind of means I need to put on layers of clothes. So right now I have on a kind of a very heavy or thick insulated shirt. What I'm wearing now is just a kind of, we call it a warm-up jacket, but it has a hood on top. Or sometimes people will say I'm wearing a hoodie. Hoodie. So I'm going to bundle up in layers, and I'm wearing some, I'll show you my shoes. I'm wearing, sandals inside the house, but I don't want to and can't really wear these outside. So I have some work boots outside. Work boots right here. I brought in from outside. I'm going to put those on because outside there is actually snow, maybe several inches of snow. And I want to make sure my feet are kept warm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip my jacket up, zip it up with the zipper. I'm going to put on this other coat, or we say this other heavy coat, or this heavy jacket. I'm also going to wear this knit hat. I'm going to put on, and it will cover my ears, so I will be protected from the cold with my ears, and then my head will be covered. Then I'm going to be wearing these gloves to protect my hands, because my hands have a tendency to get cold very easily, very fast. So, hey, without further ado, let's go outside and see what it looks like. So again, if you like these types of videos, if you watch the channel, hey, please hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. And also tell your friends about it so that they can benefit. I've gotten some good responses. People like these videos and about life here in the United States, especially in the southern part of the U.S. in the state of Texas. So let me get dressed, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have all my garb on. As we say in English, garb is just kind of a expression for clothing. So I have a lot of clothing on, jackets and everything. My hat protecting my ears, and I have glove on my right hand, but I'm going to put the glove here on my left hand. Excuse me. It's the only way I can do that. I'll show you our cat again. He's hopped up on his, I don't say his hiding place, or the place where he likes to hang out at, which means he likes to stay and, I don't say live, when he's inside. So my wife has put down a little area for him. I think I'm bothering him, but it's Gato, so he can say hi. But first let's go in the backyard, and I'll show you that. Well, the light is bright, so as you can see here, we have a lot of snow here in the backyard, and snow is pretty deep for Texas. So as you can see as I walk, it's probably a good 2 to 3 inches of snow, and I don't know if you can tell or see, but we have some snowflakes, very light snow that is still falling, and this may continue for, I don't know, maybe another hour, a couple of hours or so. But I'll teach you an expression in English which may sound kind of weird or confusing, but I can say it's cold as hell outside here. It's cold as hell. And that means it's very, very cold. That's kind of a weird expression because hell is supposed to be hot. I mean, I don't know where this expression came from, but we say it's cold as hell. Or sometimes in the summer we can say it's hot as hell. So as hell just means something is very, very, whatever it is, if you're trying to describe something and make it sound maybe more hot, more cold. We can say something is big as hell, fast as hell. So it means it's very, very something, very, very fast, very, very big, very cold, very hot. So outside, what we need to do is we have water faucets, we call them, where we can connect a water hose, but we need to protect the pipes, we call it in English. So we have to cover the pipes. So right here is where the water faucet is, but I had to cover it with this faucet cover. So hopefully that will protect the pipes and the pipes don't freeze. So you can see here, this is the water bowl for the dogs. And I actually just refilled this morning with water. There was no ice maybe about 3 hours ago, but as you can see, in just 3 hours, the water has started to turn to ice already. So it's very important here to protect the pipes, because we don't want the pipes to burst. We say the pipes to burst. That means the pipes start to leak and you get a water leak inside your house, and that's a big, big problem, because then you have to call a plumber out to your house to repair the pipes. And having a plumber come over is not cheap. They usually charge a certain amount just to come out. Depending on how many leaks you have, you could spend several hundred, $200, $300, $400 easily repairing or replacing pipes. And then the water leaks, it damages the walls or the ceilings, and you have to get that repaired. So what people do a lot is they let the water drip in the water faucet. I'll show you that inside the house as well. But also what we need to do is we need to protect, they say the 3 P's, your plants, your pets, and your pipes. Plants, pets, and pipes. So my wife has a lot of plants, and some of these, she has put covers all over the plants to help and try to protect them. Not sure how successful that will be. We have a back porch on the house, and I have this, what's called this tarp, T-A-R-P, tarp. So I put this up, and the plants that are more delicate, we say in English, I don't know if you can see that, more tropical type of plants, we put on the porch and put this tarp to cover it, and it's kind of insulated. We have a light inside, and surprisingly inside here, the temperature difference inside this covered area is quite a bit warmer than outside, just having this tarp up. So hopefully these plants, which are some hibiscus and like a lime tree, will survive this extreme cold. Let's go back out. So just as you can see, the whole area is just covered with snow. So it is very pretty sight to see, as we can say in English, but along with the beauty of the snow comes a lot of problems and headaches for us to deal with. So now I'm going to just walk around to the front, kind of show you what that looks like. But you can hear the birds chirping, so it really amazes me how animals are designed to live outside in elements like this. We can say in the elements, which is like the rain and the snow and the heat outside. We call that they're out in the elements. Let me open this gate. So here I'm looking out toward the street. I hear a guy in a vehicle with the music playing, like Spanish music. Not sure what he's doing out here driving around. Oh, looks like he's got a four-wheeler. I guess he's taking advantage of riding around in the snow. It's pretty unusual. Here, as you can see, my truck is covered in snow, covered in a layer of snow. The whole front yard is covered in snow. This is the driveway. Everything is just covered in snow, or sometimes we say everything is blanketed in snow, which means it's like there's snow is forming a blanket over everything. So the authorities, have told people, hey, if you don't need to be out in the weather, don't drive around out here, because there could be ice on the roadways, and there are no city vehicles out plowing. We say plowing the snow, which means moving the snow from the roadway. So you need to drive at your own risk. I'm not going to be out here for very much longer, because like I said, it's cold as hell and my face is starting to freeze and I'm getting very cold. But I just want to see, I saw something over here that's very odd. I need to show you. And here we have somebody driving, maybe going somewhere, but they're driving very, very slowly, because I guess they don't want to get into an accident. But here's something unusual. So I think this is what happens when you try to drive in the snow and you're not used to driving in this type of weather. There is a car, looks like, that has skidded, we say, or slid off the roadway onto the side of the road. And they just left the car here because I guess they cannot get the car back up on the road. I'll show you that. So here we have a car that has slid, looks like slid off the road. And it's a very nice car. Actually, it's a very expensive car. It's a Porsche But as you can see, the car has slid off the roadway, and there's no way they can get this car back up. And you can see the snow is still coming down. So I'm going to head back inside, because actually the snow is coming down a little harder than I anticipated or thought it would be. And like I said, my face is starting to go a little numb, as we say in English, numb, which means I'm losing some type of feeling in my face. And like I said, because I am skinny, I don't handle or tolerate the cold well, so I get cold very quickly. Although I am bundled up, have a lot of layers of clothes on, still I'm a warm weather type of guy, and I rather it warm or hot than cold. I don't think I could live in an area or city where it is cold. I prefer warm weather, and here it can get very hot in the summer, up to 100 degrees and humid, but there's always air conditioning, so you can go inside or turn the air conditioning on in your car. So that's what we have here outside the house. Let me go back inside the house. Well, I'm back inside the house now. Warmed up a little bit, got my hat on. My hair was all messed up, like it wasn't looking good, so I put the hat on. But I want to show you one last thing here, what we do. Because of the cold weather, we don't want the pipes to freeze and the pipes to burst, and we don't want the water to leak. So what we do is we let the water drip. We let the water drip very slowly, usually at night. And I'll show you what that looks like. So as you can see, this faucet here, this is called a water faucet. So as you can see, the water is just dripping very kind of slowly coming out of the tap or the faucet. So we let the water drip. A lot of people do that, so the water in the pipe keeps flowing or moving in the pipe, so that they don't stop where they can freeze up. So that's all I wanted to show you about the big storm of February 2021 here in the US, and especially in Texas, where it has created a lot of havoc. Caused a lot of problems, a lot of chaos, and my wife just got off the phone with her son. They live in a city about 3 hours from here, a little further north. They've been out of power since about 2 in the morning. Still don't have power and don't know when they will get power again. They have 3 small children, so it's a very difficult situation that everybody has to deal with. So if you like this video, again, hit the like button and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and we'll be bringing you more videos about things going on here in the States in Texas, and also videos about other things like grammar, expressions in English. So until next time, we'll talk to you later on Learn Everyday English. Goodbye.